International Women's Day.
Well, hello, 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 and welcome. Hi, Simone and Nakia. It's so wonderful to have three of us together again. We missed you last week, Simone.
Yes, hey
Yes, I
guys.
missed you guys as well.
Yes,
Good to
so we're
see you.
glad that three of us are here. And what a better way to start this event today than having the three of us together where we can talk and celebrate International Women's Day and celebrate
Mhm.
ourselves. So,
Absolutely.
So, International Powerful Women, IPW, welcome everyone who is listening far and wide, near, friends, business associates, and entrepreneurs out there. We welcome you to this event where we celebrate all you women out there, all you fabulous women, whether you're a housewife, whether you're working, whether you're an entrepreneur, CEO, whatever position you hold in life. Just remember, if you're a housewife, you're a CEO because you run your home. And that is the best position you could be in, is to be the CEO of your home, your life with your family. So welcome today to everyone. Simone, tell us what's going on in your world.
So, here in the Bahamas, we are also celebrating International Women's Day. I had an opportunity to go to an amazing panel discussion last night where one of my best friends was a panelist, and they were talking about how women sometimes feel slighted or that other women hold them back. And they gave
Mhm.
testimonies that that hasn't been an experience in the world that they've lived in, that where they've worked in. They've had nothing but doors opened by other women. And it had me think that, you know, as sisters, we really are truly our greatest inspiration, our greatest advocates. And so today, during International Women's Day, I just want to promote and support other women in their business and really say, hey, if you're looking for somebody who you need to just sound off to or ask a question, you can email any one of us. We're always willing to help and to give guidance where it's needed because trust me, I am going to make sure I am another woman greatest advocate in business.
Well, thank you for that message.
Awesome.
That's wonderful. So, Nakia, tell us what's going on in your world out there in Ghana.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for those, those who don't know, I'm based here in Ghana, so it's evening for me. But again, it's great to see you all, especially during this month. I've been saying Happy International Women's Day so much this week, but it's great. But yeah, I'm just happy to hear. Well, to Simone's point, right? I haven't had too many experiences where, especially since starting my business, where there were women that were kind of hyper competitive. That was more in my old corporate days. You would see it a lot more. But I'm definitely an advocate of supporting other women in business and whatever I can do to support others and help. I'm always an advocate of that. So I'm just excited to see you all today and to have this conversation today.
Well, thank you. Thank you. So, just want to give you guys just a little 1 minute of how International Women's Day came around. For those who don't know, I'm just going to refresh your memory. You may have heard it somewhere along the line. They said on March the 8th, 1857, um, it started when female workers at a textile factory decided to march in protest of unfair working conditions and unequal rights for women. So that is where it really started. And then different
Wow.
parts of the world, different countries, it started later on. But to those women who did that match, I say congratulations and thank you. So today, that us women could have better rights for us and more equal rights for women. So we salute you, women who have sacrificed and started this push for equal rights for women at work.
Yeah. I'm glad you shared that, Tara, because actually I didn't know how it started. I had no idea how it started. So it's very interesting. Wow.
Yes, yes, yes. So, happy International Women's Day to all you women out there. So, tomorrow is a big day for us where we celebrate each and every one of you and we welcome you as part of this organization of International Powerful Women. That is what we do. We uplift other women, we help them to elevate themselves by giving them education, supporting them, willing to do the three things that we stand for here, which is to connect with other women throughout the world, connect,
Mhm.
we collaborate, and we create. And this is what the three women here and this panel today has done. We all met at one of Grant's Cardone big event in Miami.
Yeah.
We really hit it off. I mean, the room was packed of women and of course
Oh yeah.
guys of guys, but somehow or the other, the three of us connected and we stayed in touch and then we formed International Powerful Women because as Simone, I'll let Simone tell you this part, why we connected, what did we see the need for, and this is how International Powerful Women was created. So Simone, let me give you the floor for that.
So, as a way for us to be able to really touch women where it matters the most, we saw that, there are a lot of spaces where they talk about entrepreneurship and everybody's in the room, but sometimes the things that matter to us the most gets lost in the sauce. And so, in order for us to target our sisters, we said, hey, we need to create an organization that's going to be able to support women in entrepreneurship around the world. And because we are international women, Tara being from Trinidad, I being from the Bahamas, and Nakia was in the United States but now moved to Ghana, we wanted to be able to create a network of entrepreneurs that we can pull from and help and do business with, so that there's that connection and you have that sisterhood that you can reach right into. And so we're building a network of leading women who are business owners, so that there is some place for you to pull and market, direct your information to, and you have a ready audience ready to assist or purchase or anything like that, so that you know that your business will also flourish within our network. And so if you have a business and you want to be a part of our network, please reach out to us. Help one W at International Powerful Women, Help One. And then you can also go to our website, www.internationalpowerfulwomen.com. You can email us, reach out to us, text us, and definitely join us at the end of the month when we're going to have our 1 day seminar, which is just going to be online, and we're going to be able to engage with the topics that we think that are going to be relevant to what you're doing right now in business, what we're doing right now in business, because it's always learning experience.
Yeah. Something I want to add too, just on, how we came to be and just connected is, even in a lot of spaces that we go to, a lot of these conferences and educational events, you don't see a lot of women of color either, right? So obviously, Simone and I, we had happened to sit by each other, the the brown school girls with the short hair, so there's all of these different allyships that we found amongst each other. And we want to be a representation of that too. So, any of our, women of color business owners, please do feel free to reach out to us and feel like you have a sisterhood here as well, because that's what we part of how we connected.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Nikia. So, as we're talking about women, we're talking about women of all colors, all
Mhm.
nationalities, all languages, all cultural backgrounds, all religions. It, whoever you are, we welcome you and we will embrace you into our organization. That's why it's called International Powerful Women. With that said, one of the most important things that we have done, or I have been doing, I know Nakia and Simone has been doing, is that we invest in ourselves and we invest in ourselves through education. So, what I'm doing at my home, I'm spring cleaning. Probably you guys might see boxes behind me, books all over. So, I'm an ardent reader and I buy a lot of books. So, as part of International Women's Day, I've decided to donate books. So if any of you here listening to me, including Simone and Nakia. I have books to donate, but anybody who might be in Broward County, South Florida, and have book need books to in their organization, in their group of women, whether they have a book club or whatever, I am donating a certain amount of my books to any organization or group of women who want to uplift themselves, educate themselves, invest in themselves. So reach out to me. Again, you can send out a message here. That you will see the email address being posted. You can DM us through Instagram or Facebook. Feel free to reach out and let us know, because I am donating some books to give back to the community, to build the community out there, celebrating International Powerful Women Day tomorrow. So today we're talking about self-care as we celebrate International Women's Day. Self-care for all women over the world. And we're going to be touching on a few topics, and I'm going to let you guys know what we are touching on today. We're touching on about self-care for each of us, self-care as a woman, self-care as a businesswoman, as a working woman, as a mother, as a homemaker, and we want to touch on mental health. We want to talk about what enriches our lives as women, and what we should be doing physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually to be better to our family, our employees, our communities out there that we serve and we're part of. We're going to be touching on these things. So I'm going to go with Nakia first. Nakia,
Yeah,
you can.
sorry, I got booted out somehow. So
Okay, so
tell me what
sorry.
the
Okay.
question that you guys are chatting about.
Okay, so I said today
Self-care.
we talk about self-care. We talk
Yeah,
about self-care to each of us, to a group
yes,
of women, to the women out there, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, financially. You can pick any of those topics and you can
yeah,
elaborate on one of it on in your life, how you apply it,
yeah.
what you do to become a better person for yourself and the ones you love.
Oh, that's great. Well, for me, out of all the leads, because all of those are critical, they're very important. But the one I probably would, well, the two I would pick is my spiritual well-being, and then my emotional well-being. But just touching on emotional, and I've shared here before. I had a pretty tumultuous last 2 years in my personal life, losing a parent. So that affects so much of your the life as you knew it, and even affects what your future will look like. And it greatly affected even my business, right? Just being in a different frame of mind at the time. So there's all kinds of things, and we've spoke about just wellness practices, on some of our talks before, that I've instilled, and just they become, ways of life for me now to help me keep my emotional and spiritual balance in check. It's such as getting up in the morning and doing a 10-minute meditation. That helps just level set you for the entire day. Even taking time in the evening to whoever you may pray to or not, or taking some time to just write some notes down of what I'm grateful for the day that happened, even some of the things that didn't go the way I expected them to go. You know what I mean? So for me, it's all about gratitude. And you hear that a lot, but when you go through something quite traumatic, you really understand what that really means to you. And just keeping those small practices going for yourself every day. And I just remind myself today, my business isn't where it was, 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And I've just come so far, and just I'm so grateful. So that's what works for me.
Very good. So thank you for that. For you audience out there, chime in. Let us know um, how and what are you doing that has bring positive results in your life over the last few years, especially since COVID came about. How
Mm.
things have changed for you, and what have you done to get to where you want in life and get that fulfillment in your life. Feel free to chime in, leave a comment, and let us know what has helped you. Now I'm going to you, Simone. You touch on any one of the topics. Tell us what have you been doing and how has things gotten better for you with your practices.
Well, one of the things that I have been doing for the past 8 years is
Mm.
spending my time wisely and giving myself to charities that I think that are beneficial to others. I'm a part of an organization called the International Black Women's Public Policy Institute, and we support Black women around the world to change their circumstances. And this past weekend, I spent the weekend with my sisters of IPW, coming IPW PPI actually, coming up with new policies and how we are going to address the issue of birth mortality when in women. And the reason why I spend my time with them is because every time that I get with them, it's almost like a renewed spirit that I feel in whatever we're focused on and how we're developing things. And it really brings me back to life. It really puts perspective and focus because the group is really made up of some phenomenal entrepreneurs, some phenomenal women who are doing great things. Like the president of the Urban League in California is one of our board members. Fortune 500 company owners, another board member, persons who own different major companies. They are all a part of the organization, and then they feed into me as a younger sister at the well, you want to call it, and I learn so much from them, and we do things together, and it really gives me a renewed spirit. And so whenever I spend the weekends, we tend time to work on our charitable things, but then we also focus on just giving ourselves that time to decompress. And so I look forward to that. And taking time to decompress is so important when you're in business. I know it's really geared, business is nonstop. Things happen all the time. But if you don't take time to just give yourself a few minutes or give yourself a weekend to rest, rest, then you'll be no good to your company. But believe me, the ladies had spoke about this scholarship, which I was like, wow, there's a scholarship for rest. They have a scholarship that they give to female entrepreneurs to take the weekend to rest. And there's an all expense paid trip to a city, hotel
I'm
paid.
interested.
I know, right? Hotel paid, spa paid. It's an all expense paid trip. And what they do is they send you to a city to rest. And it's called the
Oh,
Rest Scholarship. And
that
I thought
is
that was such an
wonderful.
amazing what? I
That
said,
is
sign me up.
amazing. Sign me
Sign me
up.
up. Sign me up. Right. And I said, we need to have this.
Yes, we
And so
definitely.
it is. And so you go with other women who are in business. And of course, because you're there with other women who are in business, you're going to be able to
Oh,
commune with them and talk more with them. But that rest scholarship, we're sending you to another city to rest and for you to, and all your expenses are paid. I'm for that. So definitely, sisters, take an opportunity to just gear down. Find organizations that are near and dear to your heart. And trust me, you'll get that renewed spirit by giving back. And those blessings are just going to be rolling right through. One window closes, another one opens. And
Sure,
you'll be very blessed.
mm.
Yes. And
definitely.
trust me. And if you want to know more, you could always also check out International Black Women's Public Policy Institute, IBWPPI.org, and you can find out all about our organization. Like I said, we focus on helping and changing the circumstances of Black women around the world, and I'm always for that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Do I count because I'm a brown woman? Do I count?
Yes, Tara,
Of course, you count.
Tara, you in like Flynn.
I
In like
guess
Flynn, you
I
definitely counts. We got Cuban, we got Dominican, we got Belizeans, we got people from all over the place.
That's right.
Absolutely, that's right.
so.
You're right in
Nakia,
it.
you missed that part of the message.
I
There's
did. My network went out. We had a pretty bad storm here, so it's
yeah,
been fuzzy.
there's a
But yeah, but I
scholarship
did see
for
Simone. I
rest.
did see you over the week at a conference. So I knew you
Yes.
were doing something amazing at the
I was
conference.
just
Yes.
telling Tara about the REST scholarship. The REST scholarship.
Mm,
They give
mm.
entrepreneurs an opportunity to go to spend the weekend just to rest. And everything is paid,
Oh
all
yeah.
expense paid, everything. So it's awesome. an awesome opportunity. And I told him,
Wow.
sign me up right away, you know.
So I
Sign
told
me up.
Yeah,
Simone I
that's
signed
real
up.
self care. That's major.
So you know what, women, what
Oh.
ladies, as Simone was talking, my mind just went back to my background and where I came from, meaning lineage. I came
Mm,
from a very strong lineage of women who were very, very, very strong. So from what I could remember, so I know my great grandmother. So my great
mm,
grandmother was a very strong woman. My great grandfather decided to become a religious person, and he went off into that seclusion of doing that stuff. So he changed his life, but she is the one who stood there for all her children, her grandchildren, and everybody else who came into the family. So she was a very strong woman. Then it came to my grandmother. I'm talking about my mother's mother.
mm,
My grandfather, whom we don't know, actually, we don't know any of our grandfathers on both sides. So our
mm,
grandmothers were the pillars in our lives. So my grandmother on my mother's side, my grandfather died when my mother was about 3 or 4 years old, plus she had two younger
mm,
sisters. And in those
mm,
days, women weren't really going out there to work. But my grandmother
mm,
went and got a job in the corporation in San Fernando, and she worked among all men.
Wow.
And so she
mhm,
was the pillar to her family and her three daughters. Then
mhm,
came my mother. So my mother and father got married, and my mother has been the pillar for us children because my dad went out to work. But my mother, as I say, she was the CEO of the family. She ran the business, she ran the finances. My father worked to bring all the money. She did everything. She managed that money like an accountant so that
mm,
all her seven children got an education. That was her most important thing. And then came me. And I believe in education like crazy.
mhm,
And I had a rule for my daughter. I says, there's one thing you got to do. You got to take your education and go all the way up to master's degree. And if you want to
mm.
do after master's into doctorate, feel free. But in this house, education was very important because we all know no one can take our education away. So while Simone was talking, this whole thing reflected on me how I
Mhm.
came from a very, very strong lineage of women.
Yeah,
So
you sound like you have some very strong
that
matriarchs in your family.
Yes,
So
is,
and you
yeah,
stand on their
absolutely.
shoulders.
and you know
Absolutely.
what,
Yeah.
ladies? My mom turned 90, as you guys know, last year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, we are so blessed to have her. And she's always been very healthy. But last year, she fell, got injured, and both her arms got, you know, broken shoulder, broken bones. And then the right hand, she
Yeah.
fell 3 weeks later and got the right hand damaged too. But when we went home
Mm,
for my
yeah.
mom's birthday, as you know, we were discussing with the family and discussing with her, because she needed 24 hours care now, because we don't want her to fall anymore. So to my
Mhm.
family in Trinidad, my brothers, my sisters-in-law, my nephews, my nieces, especially my youngest brother Ramsey, they are giving my mom 24 hours care, and I am so grateful and thankful for that. That I don't have to be worried knowing that she is surrounded by loving people all day.
Yeah.
Guess what? My mom said to us when we brought up the discussion about getting someone to come and help, she says, no way. At 90 years old, my mother was determined that she is going to get better, that she has to get better. There was no ifs, ands about it. So we did not need to bring someone home to help take care of her. And
Mm.
this week, this is a little bit emotional for me. This
That's
week,
okay.
my sister in law sent me a video where my mom got up and she went, and now she's starting to put the laundry in the washing
Oh,
machine.
wow.
She was
So long.
determined. Remember, the hands can't move much, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she was determined that she's doing things for herself. She wants to get better. She, at
That's right.
90 years old, my mother has a determination that is unbelievable. She
Wow.
believes that she will get better, and she has so much of confidence that there is no none of us could tell her that no, mom, you will need more care as you get older. No. So
Mhm.
this week my sister-in-law Annie sent me a video with my mom doing that, and it was the happiest gift I could have gotten on Monday when my sister-in-law sent me that.
You
Yes.
know,
And,
that's the spirit of why International Women's Day is so important. The
Yeah,
mhm.
strength that we exude,
yeah,
the courage that we continue to display, the focus that we give, even when we have adversity, even when things seem that it's going to be really difficult, we still press on. And your mother is a very true testament of
yes,
continuing to press on and always remember, right? That, hey, even at times when things seem like it is the end, it's never the
Mhm.
end. The
yes,
opportunities are
yes,
still there, and you can still get renewed and just go right back in the game. So, Tara,
yes.
that's an amazing story. All
Yes,
right.
I didn't get to share with anybody in my family as yet, except me
Yeah.
and my sister-in-law, because she only sent it to me. And I have to show it to my daughter and my sister and everybody else in the family. I want to put up that video so everybody could see how determined at 90 years old and how much confidence my mom has. And she is definitely a role model for us and so many other women.
Hmm. Absolutely. She's very determined. Those
Very,
strong matriarchs are no joke.
very,
They've
very.
overcome a lot in their life, and they're very independent. So I'm
And
happy
she's
to hear
very
that.
petite. She's very petite, but she is a powerhouse. She is a
Yes.
powerhouse.
Yes.
Um, so on that, I also want to talk about body image and self-acceptance. We
Mm.
all
Mm.
know
Very
in
good.
the society we live, the society we live in today is
Mm.
still that you have to be a certain weight, figure, whatever. So I would go to Nikia, tell us,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah, just how you kind of handle those kind of issues.
and then
Yeah,
what advice do we have for women out there?
yeah, and thankfully for me, I always grew up in an environment, raised by a single mom that was always very centered, and she always taught me to be confident in myself. No matter what you look like, age, color, skin, it doesn't matter. But that was instilled in me from when I was this big. So I've always been a woman of confidence, and no matter what I looked like at any moment, that was not my issue. But I know it's a major issue for a lot of women, right? Even some of the women that you think are the most confident in the room, they usually have some issues around that space, right? You just would never really know. So I just want women to understand that like you said, we are powerhouses. And especially as entrepreneurial women, where you're a solopreneur or not, I mean, it takes a lot to do what we do and to take care of our families, or if you're a mom, it's a lot. So you have to give yourself some grace many days, and don't let the outside world, um, you know, change how you see yourself. But I know for a lot of women, that's easier said than done, right? But that's why you have to take little baby steps every day to help build your confidence. Write you some affirmations in the morning,
Yes,
or just tell yourself some certain things in the morning that only you can hear, right? And over time, you can absolutely build that confidence back if
yes.
that's an issue, for sure.
So, Simone, tell me about in your world, with friends, with family, growing up, how has body image um, been with you, your friends, whoever, people you work with?
So, well, growing up with Caribbean parents, it's very hard for confidence to elude you, right? But body image is a big issue because they tend to pay attention. You get named nicknames by how you look, or how big you are or small. They give like nicknames automatically give some kind of description for you. And when I was growing up, I thought that I wasn't the prettiest. I thought that I was probably maybe I used to think I was an ugly duckling. But my mother used to remind me all the time. She would dress me up in the prettiest outfits. She would always tell me that you are so beautiful, and I never believed her. I always used to be like thinking that my mother would just say that to me, but I always used to feel, subconscious about it. But as I got older, I realized that I had to stand in my own truth. I look how I look. And it is what it is. And I just built more confidence. And by doing extracurricular activities, I just found it to be a lot easier for me to just wear me on my shoulder, wear me right on
Mhm.
my shoulder. And that is what has helped me through. I make a decision by virtue of whatever comes to the top of my mind. And I think I'm going to do it, I do. And so I've just led with that. And people who see that as confidence, people liken it to being very confident in whatever I do. But I try to just, put my mind to something, accomplish it, and say, hey, I am me and I like me. And when you find that you love you, it doesn't matter what other people think. Because trust me, you alone in this world. And you're gonna come in
Mhm.
alone and you're gonna leave alone. And so at this point, you just have to be happy with yourself and everything else will flow from there. Love you first. And that's,
Thank,
that is the message that I had to
That's
learn.
awesome.
Love you
thank you.
first.
It's a
Thank you.
great message. Yes.
Thank you for that message, Simone. To our backroom engineer, I know it's 30 minutes already. We'll ask you for an additional 15 minutes to continue with this talk as we honor women all over the world. We would like to get an additional 15 minutes to continue with this talk. We cannot just cut it short. So, backroom engineer, please allow us to go 15 minutes more if that's possible. So now I'm going to go
I
on.
don't know. I don't know if we have a whole 15 minutes, Tara, but
But
I think
5 minutes for
give us,
sure.
yeah,
Yes,
but we can do
yes,
5 minutes for
5 minutes for
sure.
Let's
Yeah.
look
sure.
at that.
But I
Yeah,
know it's getting good. It's getting juicy. I
Yes,
know, but
making
yes.
it really
But
good.
tune in for next week, ladies. So if you
Yes,
want to hear
absolutely.
more from us, tune
possibly
in for
tune in for
next
next
week.
week and probably continue with this topic. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
so let's talk about it within my family, my friends growing up and whatever. At least when I was younger, I was very, very slim. So I guess I never got shaming or felt whatever for body. But I know of so many young girls today, um,
Mm.
and while growing up, and today especially, there is so much of bullying and there is so much of hating, and with social media, people will just say not nice things about other women and how they look and whatever, and this wanting to be skinny, or what the world puts out there that you must be skinny to be attractive. It's very,
Mhm.
very destructive. And my daughter, she was a bit bigger in weight, I'm talking about, when
Mhm.
she was a bit younger. But she exuded all self confidence when she was bigger. And she will tell me now that she's slimmer, she had more self confidence then that she has today. That's exactly what it is. So again, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you look like, who you look like. If you want to lose some weight to be healthy for health reasons, or to look good in your clothes, by all means do that. But please, women out there, young girls out there, young women out there, growing, the young girls coming up, please do not use body imaging to belittle your sisters, your friends, your girlfriends. Don't do that. Let us build our women up.
Right.
Let us build our young girls up. Let us uplift them. Let us give them self confidence. Let us help to grow their self confidence, because it is so important for us. That is part of who we are. What we look like is that's exactly who we are. We have to love ourselves, and we want you women out there to sh- help us to do that by accepting us for who we are and what we look like. You may not know what health issues someone may have that may have them losing a lot of weight, or may have them putting on weight, or whatever it is. So again, let us accept people for who they are. You know what? I believe our creator, the universe, whatever you believe in, we we're not supposed to be looking the same, color, creed, race, height, whatever.
Mhm.
We had to be different to make us unique. So let us embrace each other and let us accept others as being the unique, beautiful self that our creator created us to be. Again, I
Exactly.
don't know how much more time we have. I would love to continue this conversation, But tomorrow, as we all celebrate International Women's Day, I'm sending love to each and every woman out there. Simone, please give
Mhm.
my love to your aunt and your mom and your cousins from me. Tell them I send them love on this day. And Nakia, to all your women friends out there, I'm sending love
Absolutely.
to them too. And I celebrate you two ladies. And I'm grateful that you guys are part of my life. And to all my girlfriends out there, my girlfriends who I hang with, those who I grew up with, my sisters in law, my best friends, all over the world. There will be my aunts, my uncles, my aunts, my cousins, wherever they are in this world. I want to say I am blessed to have you women in my life and that you guys enrich my life. And I want to send hugs wherever you guys are and lots of love. And I would let you ladies give your message out today.
Wow, that was a hard to follow, but I just thank myself first of all for just being a strong and powerful woman and having a really strong vision and purpose for her life. And then those like you ladies, that I've attracted in my circle. I'm grateful for you guys every day. So I'll leave it there.
Well, I want to then give a shout out to the women in my life, starting from the legacy that my great grandmother left us as a woman suffragette and my grandmother, my mother. I want to give a shout out to all my aunts. I have so many of them who are entrepreneurs who have given me that courage to do what I do and support me every day. I stand on all of their shoulders. And so I think that their amazing legacy lives on through me. And I'm going to continue to be a great example of that throughout my life. And I'm hoping to pass that on to my daughters. So happy International Women's Day, ladies. And until next
Yeah,
week, please, if you would
Edith.
like to have more information about us, go onto our website, internationalpowerfulwomen.com, or email us help1.ipw@gmail.com, and look out for our one-day seminar, which is going to be on the 29th of March this month. And hey, keep being great.
I just want
Yeah.
to to hail out three other people, and that is our backroom engineer. We want to say thank you for being part of our.
Yes.
We appreciate
Absolutely.
you. And to my daughter Jewel, the love of my life, Jewel, on your shoulders and on my shoulders, we stand together. You are a superb young woman, a woman with so much character and so much love that you share into the world. I thank you, and I'm so proud to be your mother. And to my mother out there, thank you, mom. Thank you for bringing me into this world and for being a role model of such strength and love.
Yeah. So till next week, ladies.
Yes, till next week,
We'll see you
ladies.
then.
Have a good International Women's Day. Celebrate yourselves and your family and friends.